let's talk about NFL honors.
Okay.
How do we feel? I mean, how do we feel about the awards?
I knew you were gonna go
Did you
there.
ever vote?
I did.
This is the one I'm most passionate about.
I know. I already know where you're going. I saw it. But go ahead.
Comeback Player of the Year. So, what did you guys vote on that for ESPN? Did you discuss that?
Yes.
And what was your?
I voted for Damar Hamlin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your? Tell me your take, and you give me yours, and I'll give you mine.
I mean, I was at the game in Cincy.
Okay.
So maybe I'm a little more personal to it, but the fact that he played football this year, I thought was just, he should be the comeback player of the year. Like, I know when Alex won the award, did you win the award?
I did not win the award.
You didn't win the award.
I did not win the award because when I came back, we went 4-12.
Right. But yeah, I was under the belief that the fact that he got on the field was incredible.
Yeah.
And that's who I would have voted for. Now, I do understand, for those who don't know, he didn't win the award because the people who voted him put him first. And the people who didn't vote
Didn't put him on the ballot.
Didn't even put him on the ballot. So
Gotcha.
Joe only had more second and third place votes, but he actually got more points.
Gotcha.
Like, could happen in the Heisman voting, theoretically. What was your take on what happened?
I think he did die and then come back, which is just kind of insane. But I guess he didn't, because they're saying he didn't
perform
as much. But dude,
right?
I just feel like there's a ton of people. Like even thinking about myself, if I died on the field, I don't know if I would be like training camp. Where you at? I really don't know. I'm just gonna be completely honest. I love the game of football. It's great, but even my mama might be like, "Hey, son, look, God don't." You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm just saying.
Yep.
So I mean, you gotta even just think about like going and hitting somebody ever again. Like what happened, the way it happened was just, it was such an ordinary thing. Like I know there's probably a lot of fears. Hopefully he's over those fears. I know it is wild, but I can understand if you go off the fact like he didn't play that much, I guess, or didn't make as many plays as Joe, but then he came off the couch.
Right.
But I don't know. It seems kind of it's kind of wild.
Yeah, you're a very brave man for even going there. Now you're a brave guy, and like I said, you've been phenomenal on the field, and you're outspoken off of it. And like, I think what you just said is the sentiment of a lot of people. When you look at the award in totality, they say, okay, what is there? Some people have said he didn't play, or he didn't play a lot, or he didn't, play to an effective level that you would be like, all right, that guy's the comeback player of the year. But who won comeback player of the year last year? I would use my phone, but Wi-Fi's terrible here. So.
Oh, I thought you were asking and you knew. That is actually
comeback player of the year before. It has been performance-based historically. There's no doubt about that. But like when Alex won, it was a lot of story-based.
Yes.
But all right, how about this? Why wasn't Lamar Jackson the comeback player of the year?
Because he was injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was injured. He was injured
the last
last year.
6 games. Tua.
All right,
Tua the year before.
Tua won comeback player of the year before. Now, what did Tua come back from?
Concussions, right?
Nope.
No, it was just an injury, right?
What did Tua come back from? Listen.
Wait, I'm
saying Tua's concussions were last year.
Right. That would have been for this year.
Exactly. That would have been for this year. So what did Tua come back from? I'm blanking on it right now.
Yeah.
But you were also all blanking on it. So the question is, I was teammates with Joe. I got a lot of respect for Joe. I do think that Joe had one of the most incredible playoff runs in league history when the Ravens won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What did Joe Flacco come back from?
Right. Like not getting signed or having to be on the Jets.
What did he?
That's so listen.
No, I see what he's saying.
My point,
he didn't really
my whole
come back.
point is, what did he come back from to warrant that award? I could be wrong. Maybe Tua hurt an ankle or had an injury, and that was more relatable to why he won comeback player of the year. And I think that is probably what happened. Yeah. But with Joe, we have like these stories. Stories are great.
Yeah.
And Joe's story coming off the couch is incredible. And I kind of joked about it. I wasn't joking. I wanted the Browns to sign me. I had said that they should sign me because, you know, you can help the young guy. Obviously, I was ready to play and training and being ready to play. Yeah. And when they signed Joe, I came out and I said, oh, they picked the Super Bowl MVP over me. And it's like, but that was a legit thing. Yeah. And I understand that when you have a guy like Joe who's been there and done that, the rest of the room immediately thinks, all right, we got a fighting chance. If they had signed Cam, they'd have felt that way. If they had signed me, they would have felt that way. Yeah. But when you sign Joe, there's nothing wrong with that. But what did he come back from to warrant getting that award? I don't know what that is. And to me, for Damar, he died. The guy died on the field.
Insane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for him to come back and, like you said, to play, like most people wouldn't even go try to touch a football ever again. Yeah. But Damar Hamlin, in my opinion, has been such an inspiration. And I think because he got so much attention and became an overnight celebrity where he's hanging out with, you know, the Kim Kardashians of the world and Michael Rubin and everyone else, there was a certain feeling that people kind of got jealous of that a little bit.
He became a villain. In the wildest way.
And it's unbelievable that it turned out to be that way when I think he should be an inspiration. Yeah. You know, the fact that he didn't say, I'm just going to come back and play, but he was in the preseason headhunting, essentially, going out there, like putting it all on the line. To me, that's an inspiration because most people would say, you know what, I got hurt doing this and I almost died. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be around it. I'm done with it. Damar said, no, I'm going to come back and I'm going to make this part of my story. And I think that in itself, he didn't need to play. Yeah. Damar Hamlin's the best story in the NFL over the past 24 months. And like you said, it almost feels like he's a villain now. Yeah. And that to me is just, it's disheartening and it's sad, but I definitely thought he should have won Comeback Player of the Year because he died on the field and came back to life.
Person of the Year because he literally came back.
He came back. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's only one other guy that I know that came back from dying. Jesus Christ.
Jesus. I was over like, dang, is that enough? I'm like,
he said who?
Yeah. I'm like, dang.
And I am not saying Damar Hamlin is Jesus Christ. I'm just saying it's like that. It's so rare, and it's not a moment you want to celebrate, but you want to celebrate the fact that this guy got back out there and he's alive and he's playing the game that he loves again.
Lamar gets 49 of 50. Not unanimous.
Who the hell is the other vote for?
Josh Allen.
I was surprised it was Josh Allen.
Listen,
I know
love Josh Allen. Not just stats-wise, but eye test-wise. Josh Allen is an absolute beast. And anyone who tells you he's not a great quarterback is just trying to pump themselves up. He's a great quarterback. Now, can you compare him to Patrick Mahomes? No, nobody compared to Patrick Mahomes right now. But Lamar should have been unanimous MVP, 100%. I don't know how they tier it, but you know, I think there's only been, I could be wrong, but there's only 2 unanimous MVPs ever. Was it Brady and Lamar? Mm-hmm. He should have been 2-time. Like, and if it wasn't, then there should have been more votes for other guys. Because Josh Allen's season and how they played, you know, there's like Christian McCaffrey should have got a vote then.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he led the league in rushing, and look at where the 49ers are. Like Brock Purdy should have got a vote. Yeah. You know, so that if it's 49 out of 50, like come on, who is that one person? Please tell me who that is so we can go fire them up. But
I know the person. I'll show you after.
Offensive Player of the Year.
OPOY.
Was McCaffrey, right?
Yeah.
Did you not think Tyreek could have got in there? Or did his fire kind of burn off a little bit?
I mean, Tyreek literally told us his fire died.
If Tyreek had finished the year stronger,
he would have been in there. Yeah.
And I don't mean in the sense of like had more yards. Take his yards, disperse them differently throughout the season, and he hits a couple of those games at the end. Yeah. He's the offensive player of the year.
It's crazy. He played so good early, it actually hurt him in the long run.
Exactly.
Like, he was just like, he was the best ever.
Hey, he was my MVP. Like for half the season, I'm like, this dude's incredible. Yeah. So I still think that his season was worthy of getting offensive player of the year. But when you look at the way that it all played out, people have recency bias and they'll never admit it, but it's the truth.
Mm-hmm. Defensive player of the year, a little topic there with TJ Watt tweeting.
I didn't see the tweet.
You didn't see the tweet?
I did not.
He
what happened?
before it was announced.
Before it was announced.
Seems like he knew that he wasn't winning the award.
He said, tweeted before it was announced, and he skipped the show.
Well, I'll give you a little secret about that. The guys know if they know.
Right.
Do they? Tyreek said he did. Oh, the winner knows.
The winner knows.
Okay, the winner.
So
knows.
if you don't know, then you should probably also know.
Listen, like I don't know who TJ is represented by, and I don't think I'm giving away any, trade secrets here. But the agencies will know at some point. I don't know how soon before, but certain guys, like there's very few guys that don't show up for an award that they're going to win. So I don't know what TJ said. What did he say?
He said nothing I'm not used to.
Yeah, something like that.
Being underappreciated.
Yeah.
I think, I'll be honest with you. I thought that Deron Bland should have won Defensive Player of the Year. And here's my reason. It's so much harder. How many? Do you have 6 picks? Yeah, it's 6.
It's NFL record. Yeah,
it's so much harder to get 6 pick sixes in a season than it is to get 17 sacks. And I don't know how many sacks Myles had or whatever, but Myles Garrett is a force. He is a dominant player in this league. He is the reason, in my opinion, that the Browns played the way that they did, and that Joe Flacco could go out. Guy we love and respect, right? Joe could go out and basically play the same way that Marshawn Lynch had the little video about I'm gonna get mine more than I got. Flacco went out there and he was throwing interceptions, but he just threw like maybe 3 or 4 more touchdowns. Yeah. He was going out there balling, but he was able to do that because of that defense with Myles Garrett. So no shade towards Myles. TJ had better numbers, and that whole situation in Pittsburgh and how they were in the position that they were in was unbelievable, and because of TJ Watt. So I could see why he would be upset, but I don't think either of them had a better season than Deron Bland. It's so hard to pull that off. He has more pick sixes in 1 year than Hall of Famers have in their entire careers. That to me is he should have been Defensive Player of the Year.
If a pass rusher set the NFL record for sacks in a season,
he's the Defensive Player of the Year.
No one else is getting a vote, and he set the NFL record for pick sixes.
And this isn't some like made up stat, They're like, oh, well, he had 3 interceptions in the end of the game when they were down by 3, and it's the most in NFL history. You're like, no, this is like a bona fide. He caught that many pick sixes, and he should have been the Defensive Player of the Year. I talked to him about it at the Pro Bowl. He didn't say he didn't think he was going to win.
Yeah,
but it's just tough. Cornerbacks they're not showing you guys any love. Like that's a legendary season that I don't think will ever happen again.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll ever happen again.